All right, welcome back. You have logged into your game, you've accessed your game, and you are ready to play. There is a tutorial option. You can go ahead and play through the tutorial if you want. I am not going to go through the tutorial. I have done it in the past, but it was so long ago I don't remember. Some people have said that they have some issues with the tutorial. Other people have said the tutorial is super helpful. That is up to you. But I'm going to click Don't Show This Again, so I can bypass it, and then we're just going to dive into what we see on the screen. So, first things first, if you need any help, the docs, shortcut references, and report a bug is the question mark in the lower left-hand corner on the toolbar. This is what is considered the toolbar, this whole thing. On the far left side is where I'm looking if you don't see my mouse. Right above that is a dice roller. Clicking a D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, D100 will roll it in the chat window on the right-hand side. And then clicking any of the others, 2, 3, 4, 5, will roll 2d4, 3d4, 4d4, 5d4. There's another way to do this by typing / roll 2d4 or anything else, 2d36. It will roll a 2d35 or 35 for me. This fudge at the bottom is not for lying about your dice rolls. If you want to lie about your dice rolls, just make up whatever number you want the dice to be. But and say you whispered it to yourself or something. But the fudge is for the fate system, and as such, if you click this, the players will know you are trying to lie about your dice roll. The fate system uses plus, minuses, and zeros to determine, and so I rolled 5df, and they're just called fudge. The advanced dice roller pulls up the option to roll large multiples of this if I wanted to go past, or do modifiers. I find it faster to just type it in, but it is here if you wish to. You can also see your last 10 rolls, so if you have the same rolls over and over, this might be useful to just use to click things. Above that is the initiative tracker. We'll go more into depth with this when we have characters and tokens out on the screen, but there's two things to note on this. If you close the initiative tracker on your screen as the GM, it closes on your players' screens. Kind of annoying, yes, but that's the way it is. Secondarily, if you open the initiative tracker, it does not open it for the players. I don't think. It's been a while since I've seen it. It just sort of happens. But if you want to get it, you have a large initiative and it's taking up a lot of your space, it's really easy to move it out of your space by double-clicking up at the top in the open bar. This works for character sheets and item informations and a lot of other things. Just don't click the X. If you double click here, it minimizes and it becomes see-through, and then I tend to move it over and I sort everything that I need off to the side on the right, minimized in the order that I need it. So I open up the tracker and then I sort my monsters based upon the order that they come up, and then I pull it all over here, and it's very easy to see. We'll go more about the tracker when we get some tokens out on the board. If you want to clear your initiative order, you can go in here, clear the initiative, remove all turns. You can add custom labels like a layer action. You can also add counters. So for like concentration. No idea if that's spelled correctly, but you put it in here as a +1. Or you can even do +5. So we'll do a +1, and then we'll do a +4 or +5. And then the layer should be on 20, and so you can edit any number, and your players can edit their own numbers. So pay attention on that. And so see how it's, as every time I go over it, it's increasing by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the 20 stays the same because that does not have a plus under it. To remove all turns, you click clear. You can also sort things, but we'll go over that more when we have something to actually sort. The next one is the revealing and hiding areas. In order to do that, you have to have Fog of War on. If you click any of those buttons up here, if you click any of these, reveal, polygon reveal, or hide area, and then go to use it, the first thing that's going to ask is, do you want Fog of War on? Because you can't use them unless Fog of War is on. So we'll turn on Fog of War, and then you can reveal areas by just dragging and doing that. Or you can polygon reveal for if you just wanted to reveal a small hallway, but nothing more than that, you can polygon. Now, I'm left clicking here to place the joints in the polygon, and then when I'm done, I right click and it finishes off, it closes it off for me. And then you could hide an area that you... Oops, I didn't mean to reveal all of that, so let's just go ahead and hide. There's no polygon hide, though, so, you know, sometimes you just have to undo it and then try it again. If you need to, you can reset the fog. Say you're done with the map and you need to do some things or move some things, whatever. Next option is your measurement tool. If you want to remove the fog completely, you go up into the settings. What I did was I clicked this page toolbar in the upper right-hand corner. It drops down all your pages that you can make, and every page has a page settings in the upper left-hand corner of each of the pages. You can go to the page settings, unclick Fog of War, click OK, and bam, you're up and running. The measurement tool has a snap to center option. This will measure your, basically you're like, oh, how far away am I? 30 feet, okay. The snap to corner, if you wish, you also have no snapping, and so I can pull it from anywhere, and it gives me micro measurements. If you don't like the color of your tool, the color of the default colors for drawing and for the tool is set down here on your icon. You can put a picture in there. I'm not going to show you how to do that. It's not important for this, but you can change this color by clicking on your color and selecting it. Oh, there we go, hot pink. That's good. This is for zooming. You can zoom in and out based upon what you'd like to do. That's pretty clear. It just zooms the whole thing in, and then you can scroll by holding down right mouse button and move up and down, and it grabs it and moves things. Another way to zoom is in the upper left-hand corner. You can click the plus and minus or drag that bar. Drawing, the paintbrush is the drawing. See how the default color is the default color down there? If I want to change my drawing tool, I can just select a different color. However, that drawing tool color change only applies to the one I'm currently on. If I want to draw a shape, for example, see it went back to my default color to not go to the color that I was on. And so I can draw shapes. I can change the thickness of the line for my shape and the color. I can also change the opacity, which would be the fill-in color for the shape. In doing so, you could create very quick and dirty maps. For example, I could draw this shape right here, jump to polygons, change the color to black for lines, and say there's a door. Oops. Oh no. Control Z will undo your last line. Right click will disconnect it, and so now I have right clicked. Now, there we go. There's a bar. I want to quickly have a fire pit, so I will, make a fire pit over here. And then I think it's important that since this is a bar, we should probably have some tables or other things. So we're going to, tables should be thick lines. So we're just going to put some X's to indicate the tables. And of course, there needs to be one table in the corner for the mysterious man. And there you go. I just created a very quick and dirty map for the players to work on. But there's a small problem. The problem is I can't see the lines behind it. And so in order to see the lines behind it, I need to go to the select tool, select move, grab all, well, let's go ahead and grab all of this so we can delete it so I don't grab it. The select tool is how you grab large things, or you can click on a single thing and select that. And so we're going to go ahead and select all of this. And then I'm going to go to my layer and put it on the map layer. And there we go. I create a quick and dirty bar for the players to walk into. If you are dealing with the coronavirus or something like you only need Roll20 for 1 or 2 games, I would say don't worry about complicated or complex maps. You can simply draw a couple things with the tools really quick. That's what I do with my in real life games. I have a background for that has grass on it, and then I quickly draw things on it as the players need the information. You can do the exact same thing here. In the page settings, you can change the background as to whatever you need it to be, and then you are standing over the lava pit. This is the bar over the lava pit, or whatever you need it to be. So don't stress yourself out about needing to exercise all the power of Roll20 for 2 sessions or 3 sessions while you're staying healthy. You can also add some text. This text could be player visible. If you hit enter, notice if I hit enter, it's actually just making the text field bigger. I spelled visible wrong. Oh well. Whatever. But if you click off, now it's locked down, and it makes it really hard to click it again. See, you can't really put the text box on. You have to actually go to the select tool and select it, and then you're able to select it. The last thing is this box is this box. Oh, and if you need to, you can of course clear all drawings. Now note that did not clear the drawing on my map layer. That is because I am on the objects and token layer, and that's what this box indicates, what layer you're on. If I go to the map layer and then clear all drawings, bam, see, they all went away. If I go to the GM info layer, this is where I can put things that the players will never see. The players will never see that because it's on the GM layer. And you see how it's slightly opaque? That is because that's telling me that it is on the GM layer. If I go back to the objects layer, the players will never see it. I can't see how when I'm drawing now on the objects layer, it's drawing a thick clear line. That means the players are going to be able to see this. If I go to the map layer, same thing. But when I go back to GM info overlay, it goes opaque. Now, if you want to change that opacity, you can adjust it here to make it thicker, and but the default is about in the middle, and that's a pretty decent spot. This is a good place to store monsters that the players might run into. You can go to the GM info layer, go back to your selection tool, select it, right-click to pull up all of this stuff, and then go to layer and move it to the token layer, and there, now the players can see the terrifying trap they just ran into. But then you want to move a monster, and you go to grab it, and you're like, why can't I grab the monster? I can't grab the monster. It's because you're still on the GM layer. You have to go back to the objects and token layer, which is probably where you just moved your, I want to be able to move this around. Well, I can't. The last thing I'm going to show you is the right-click menu, because I kept bringing it up, and then the next video is going to be on what is over on the right-hand side of the screen. In this menu, you're able to delete. Where you click matters. If you click on a token, it gives you some options to move the layers around. You can group and ungroup images. So say I have this image right here and this image right here, and I drew them separately, but I need them to be together. I could go here, advanced group them together. Now it will treat them. Whoops. That did not. Oops. It didn't take before I was able to. Yeah, so let's select both of them. Layer, group. Now will it do it? Huh. I don't actually know how the group tool works. I almost never use it. Feel free to, comment how this thing works. Well, I guess it was working to group them together because I could click on one and get both. But they are two separate things. So if I group them together, clicking one still moves both of them. But if I want to move one piece of this individually... so I guess you have to just give it time. So it looks like if I grab one piece and move it quickly... Yeah, if I grab one and don't give it a chance to... I'm still holding the mouse button down. And so if I left click on one, so it's not selected, left click on one and hold... I'm able to just pull it where I want, but it's still considered grouped around. If I just click to grab the whole group and then come and move it, I can move them as a group. Interesting. Learning new things every day. Then that's also how you move the layers. Front and back is, say I have lots of things on different layers. We're going to draw a quick shape, and I want this one to actually be behind the green. I can right click it and move it to back, and now the green is over it. You can just move things around as you need to. And then finally, undo would undo the, you can undo the drawing. Copy, paste, delete are quite self-evident. That's it for this video. I'm going to take the next video to explain what all of this stuff is up here, but I want to keep these videos short so that way you can consume them in small increments. Real quickly, I'm just going to clear all the drawings. Where is it? There it is. Clear all the drawings on this layer. And then I have to go to GM layer and clear all the drawings there. That way I can start the next video. And that one's on the map and background layer. That way I can start the next video with a clean slate. So we're going to reset the background to white. And there we go. All right, see you in the next video, and hopefully this was helpful.